Hi, it's a Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. Time to do some September favorites. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being subscribed. And if you aren't, would you please? All right, so this has been kind of a weird month for me. It's been a little bit more skincare heavy. I do have some makeup here. I'll just tell you, I spent a lot of time, kind of getting my kids back into this, summer's over, it's time for school. And with a lot of the momming that I've had to do, there's been not as much makeup. But I do have some skincare favorites for you. I think I will start there. I've talked about this a lot. This is the Monsieur Time Revolution First Treatment Essence. I love this stuff. This is the travel size one. I took it with me when I went to see my folks for about a week. And I wanted to make sure that this is the one thing that now that it's back in my routine, I really don't go a day without it. Anytime I step out of the shower, I have this decanted into a spray bottle, I spray my face. I wash my face at the end of the day, take all of my makeup off. First thing on my face is this stuff. I love this stuff and it makes such a huge difference. I've already talked about this before. I love this. This is the Triple Hyaluronic Acid Elastic Lifting Eye Serum. This stuff, you don't need a lot. I've got another tube waiting to, in the wings because I've been going through this. But it looks like this. It's very much a lightweight serum. I need like maybe the size of a lentil, and I can split that between both my under eyes. I use it all the way out to past to my temples. I use it on my lids. I really like this stuff. It's super hydrating, and for me, it's the sort of thing that I want to put down first on my eyes. So I'll spray my face with the Monsieur Time Revolution. I'll lightly dab this here all over the eye area, and I'll tell you, you don't need a lot, but I have found that my under eye looks so much more refreshed, and I have less powder and product kind of collecting in the creases. Not that I don't still have them, but everything looks just a little bit fuller, a little bit plumper. And I don't expect time to skip over and not age me. I know that's going to happen, but if something's going to make, my under eye area just a little bit more voluminous, that's what I want. I love this. There's been a couple of other things from Beauty Pie that I have tried recently. This is my second bottle of this. I just opened this morning. This is the Japan Fusion Genius Lift Elixir. All right, I don't know what it is about this. I don't know, but it has a bit of a scent to it. It's not like a spa scent. It's more almost, is it floral? It's not terribly heavy duty, but there is a scent. Like some things smell like ingredients and some things smell like they put a fragrance in there. This has a fragrance in there, so FYI. But this, I use about 5 drops. It's very lightweight. I would say it's probably, a little bit thicker than water. And it has, right as you're just starting to put it in, it almost feels, I don't know, like potentially oily, but not greasy. And I don't understand that. It's a conundrum. I do not get it. And I'm rubbing it into my hands. And now it doesn't feel greasy and it doesn't feel oily. Now it just feels soft. That's what I love about this. I don't know how much lifting I'm getting, but my skin feels amazing when I use this. I love this so much. It says to massage a nut-sized amount directly onto cleansed and toned skin for instantly plump-looking complexion. And then add on your moisturizer and your SPF. So I tone with this. I put a few drops of this on. I really love the way my skin looks. It looks juicy and plump, and I don't have to use as much. I don't know why, but I don't use as much moisturizer. Of course, we're transitioning into cooler months. That may change, but as of, I got it in early summer, I used a whole bottle of it. I really didn't need much more than this and moisturizing SPF. I have been loving this new Super Drop from Beauty Pie. This is their Super Drops Brightening and Oxygenating. This has 10% niacinamide. Niacinamide is really good for your skin. It helps to reduce pigmentation. I mean, it's not going to do the same thing that like hydroquinone is going to do, but it's going to help to make your skin look a little bit brighter and a little bit more even toned. 10% is actually a pretty high dose of niacinamide, but that's what you'll find in here. There are also some other ingredients in here. It does say that it's oxygenating. They have something in here called Oxygiskin. I'm sure that's a Beauty Pie made up word. 2% of that. And then they do have another ingredient in here that's supposed to make your pores look just a little bit smaller. I love putting like just a dropper full of this on my skin in the morning and in the evening. These are the serums that I have been using. Ooh, I feel like this one is definitely a little bit lighter. This does not have any fragrance to it, and it's a lot lighter. It almost feels like you're putting water on your face, and you're like, wait, what? This isn't really gonna do something? It does, and I feel like I have overall less darkness right around here. I don't know if you can tell, but right here in these two spots, I always have a little bit of darkness there. That's where my acne flares up. If I'm having a hormonal acne moment, it comes up here or it comes up here, and then it rotates back and forth. So I always have a little bit of skin that's a little bit darker in that area. And I find that in the last, I would say 5 weeks or 6 weeks since I've been using this, I ordered it the instant it was out, like brand new. I was like, purchase. I really like this. I feel like it has made my skin look a little bit more even toned overall, and I'm sure that's the niacinamide. Because my skincare has been keeping my skin so happy, and I feel like I have less darkness with some acne scarring on my chin, I really have not been reaching for a foundation this month. I've been doing one of two different types of concealers. One, I love, love, love the Glossier Stretch Concealer. So on days that I want to use like all cream products, I put this under the eye and just set the under eye with powder. But I love this, and I feel like I can use this under the eyes, corners of my nose, like places where I have darkness on my chin from acne, and then a little bit here on this hyperpigmentation spot, and I really need nearly nothing, and I just, you know, tap in and blend with my fingers, and it's beautiful. On days like today, when I'm wearing a little bit more makeup and I want to set my whole face, and I want just a hair more coverage, dude, this has been awesome. This is the Lancome Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. I have the lightest shade in 090N. I really like this. I feel like it's a beautiful concealer. It is lightweight. It doesn't end up settling, unfortunately, in my under eye area. I feel it actually makes me look really, really awake without being heavy. So it goes from, you know, being full force to blending out. I really like the way this looks on my skin, not just under the eyes, not just corners of the nose, but in all places I want just a little bit more coverage, because it blends from, you know, I've got coverage here to no coverage here, and you don't have a really heavy line. I feel like there are some concealers out there that are so obvious where they end. If you're not wearing like foundation, concealer, like all the makeup, sometimes it doesn't look as good. This one looks good when you're wearing all the makeup, and it looks really good when you want a really light, just a little bit of forgiveness under the eyes and blank out that redness around the nose. This really does it, and it looks beautiful on the skin. So the next few products here are not new. You've heard them in favorites before. I love them so much. I can't stop reaching for them. And I feel like when you come to a favorites video, it's not just new favorites that you've tried this month, it's what am I really reaching for? Because when I continually reach for something over and over and over again, it really makes me remember that that's the sort of product I want to use. Sometimes I have 5 minutes, I might have 7 minutes, and I want to look like myself but in color, and these are the products I reach for. So I have not been able to stop using this month. Now, I do love the other ones from Lisa Eldridge, the Enlivening Blush, and I am not reaching for Dante's Dream, which has been like my favorite. I have been reaching this month for Venetian Red. This is the deepest shade in the Lisa Eldridge blush line. It looks like this. It seems a little bit intimidating when you start blending it, but as you continue to blend it, even though it's the deepest shade and I'm really quite fair, it just turns into something gorgeous. I have reached for this probably 50% of the month when I need a blush. This is what I'm wearing. And I didn't think I was going to because it's kind of a dark, intimidating color. No, it's beautiful. A little bit, fingers, tap, 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 super easy, and off you go. You've heard me talk about it before. Loved Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow. It's like I can't stop using it. I'm halfway through the bottle. I can't remember the last time I got something at the beginning of the summer and by September was halfway through. I use it a lot. If you're wondering what it looks like this. It's not sparkly. It's not glittery. It is gorgeous, luminous, and every time I wear it, I have people asking me, even when I'm wearing a mask, oh my goodness, your skin looks so beautiful. What is it? It's this. Love. So I took along the M Cosmetics So Soft bronzer stick. This is the shade Summer. It looks like this. This works beautifully if you need just a little bit of color because it blends out so nicely and you really can't tell where it ends. You don't need as much as I have on my hand. What I end up doing is I end up just like this and then tapping it where I want it and then blending it in. Because if I draw a stripe on my face, inevitably it's too much. So I do better if I just run my finger over the top and then blend it exactly where I want it. It's beautiful. So the week I was at my folks' house, that's basically what I was wearing. And I put this in my brows. Okay, so Glossier Boy Brow has been around for a minute. I thought that I had moved beyond the boy brow and I discovered it in my drawer and I have been in love with it, especially since I've been using a brow serum. So many people have been asking me about the brow serum that I use. I use one that I get off of Amazon. I think it's like 27, 28 bucks. And it is by Beauty V. And I forget what it's called, but it comes in a bright purple and pink metallic tube. Like if it's the brightest one out there, and it's meant for your eyelashes. I don't use it on my eyelashes. I use it on my brows, and I have found that I have more brow hair than I've had since I was probably in my late 20s. So when I feel like my brows are a little bit fuller thanks to the serum I've been using on them, all I need is just a whisper of this. And this is an interesting formula. I love that it has a really teeny tiny kind of brush on it. It's not a fiber product, and you know how I love a fiber product for my brows. This has a slight, it's gonna sound bad, but it's not, waxy consistency. And not waxy as in like greasy or sticky or like all the bad things you think of when you think of wax. It has the hold that a wax would give, and it ends up drying nicely, so you get a little bit of stiffness but not the crunch. Like there are some products like the clear gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's like hairspray for your eyebrows, and once it dries and you touch it, it's like crispy and crunchy, and this does not do that. I love that they have a really kind of a cool neutral shade. This one I think is just brown. That's what it looks like. It's not too warm. I like that it's not too warm. But I feel like it's a really pretty and universal shade. I really like this. I like the formula. I am running low. I need to get another one. So next time I make an order from Glossier, I'm definitely getting more. But this was crucial to my easy 5-minute fast face. So my quick 5-minute face to look more alive includes Glossier Stretch Concealer, a little bit of powder to set, bronzer, blush, highlight, and blend it all in, and then this in my brows. I didn't wear any eye makeup, and it was so easy. And I felt, my mom kept telling me, she's like, boy, you look so much younger than normal. And maybe it's because she's used to seeing me like in a full face and I wear all the makeup, but when I pared down the makeup and I just looked, you know, myself but in color, she was like, you look a decade younger. And I was like, really? Wow. So I'll tell you, cream products and lighter weight, less makeup has really been doing it for me in September. When it comes to makeup that's a little bit more involved, I have been reaching for this. This is a pressed powder from Besame from the Marilyn Monroe collection. I really like it. I actually took it with me. It comes with this little red puff, and I took it with me in my purse when I went to visit my folks, and I found myself reaching for this a lot just to set the under eye, you know, corners of the nose when I got just a little bit shiny over the top. It was super easy. It's actually what I'm wearing today. I really like this, and I love that it's refillable. So it is kind of an expensive little heavy duty metallic compact, but you can refill the pan and it's not that expensive. The one that kind of surprised me, I think I got this either early September or late August, and it was this. This is from Essence. This is the Taupe It Up palette. It's a little 6-pan palette that has cool tones in it. I would say this is not something that every skin tone can wear. I feel like if you are light, fair or light, I feel like it's gonna look the best. I don't know how it would look on medium skin. Would it look ashy? Because it's pale. It's pale. I feel like these mattes are gonna make someone with a richer skin tone look a little ashy because don't they? Just a little bit. I really have been enjoying this, and it's what I'm wearing today. I do have a different like sparkly shade on top, but I am using all the mattes. I'm using every shade except for this one here in my eye look today. So I really love this palette. I have used it a lot. It's $3.99. I got mine at Ulta, and I haven't looked back. I did at the same time pick up the kind of lavendery mauve palette. I just haven't been reaching for it. It's super pretty, but it doesn't inspire me as much as the Taupe one, and maybe it's because I have to be careful with the color, and this really basic cool neutrals is easy. So not that it's bad, I just haven't been reaching for it. Have not been able to stop reaching for this. I've been wearing it quite a lot. The other one that I've been wearing quite a lot, I mentioned last month, is the Goss Pearl eyeshadow palette. I love. And I'm wearing this celestial shade right here. Just, if you see that extreme sparkle, that's this right here. It's so pretty. It's so much fun. If you were to, and not that I expect you to, look back and see what I'm wearing for most of this month, it's either this palette here or it's this guy. I have worn other things, but most of my videos, I have been reaching for these two palettes. I can't stop wearing them. You'll find them in the description box almost every time. Love, 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 love. All right, I have fallen back in love with my Lancome Monsieur Big. I have been wearing other mascaras. I love the one from M. I really like the Curl and Volume from Essence, the Lash Princess one. That one's actually really good too. It's a new formula for them, and I feel like it's kind of similar, and I haven't done this, but let's find out for sure. So this is what the Lancome brush looks like. So we've got more of an hourglass going on the one from Essence, but I like that they're both really thick and heavy brushes. I feel like I have a little bit more control with the one from Lancome because I'm used to it. And this hourglass shaped brush from Essence, it's been good. It gives a good look. I feel like I get just a little bit more volume, a little bit more curl hold with the one from Lancome, but this is $5, $4.99. This is $26. I think the price went up. It used to be $25. I think it's $26 now. They do have a set right now where it's a holiday set where you can get two for like 30 bucks or something, which I think is a good price, but I always buy it when it's on sale. Don't ever pay full price for a prestige mascara. Don't do it. But if you need something that's very similar, I feel like this is similar, and it's $5. Hooray. So favorite, close second. So just down to lips. I wasn't sure I was going to like this, but I really, really do. I want a different shade. This is from McGrath. This is the PermaGel Ultra Lip Pencil. I have the shade Buff. The reason I want a different shade is because I feel like, although it is a little kind of neutrally pink leaning, it's almost a little more peach than pink, and I prefer a neutral pink as opposed to a neutral peach. And I feel like, although this is pretty, I am wearing it today. I want something just a hair cooler, not quite so warm. But I love the formulation. I love that it stays on all day. When I was traveling to see my folks, you have to wear a mask in the airport, on the airplane like the whole time, and you can't really go outside to take a mask break because there is no outside. You're indoors or on a plane the whole time. So I put this on. I don't know why I was doing it because like no one's gonna see my lips, but I have a hard time knowing I'm wearing makeup and then my lips are blank. So I put this on underneath my KN95 and it stayed beautifully. It lasts really well. It has a beautiful longevity to it. I just wish that I had selected a shade that was a little bit more pink leaning than peach leaning. That's just my personal preference, but the formula is beautiful. And then when my lips needed a little bit of hydration, because your skin can get really dehydrated and it's hard to drink when you're wearing a mask on an airplane, I would throw on a little bit of this. This is from Beauty Pie. These are the Wonder Gloss Collagen Lip Oils. Obviously, I love these. I have been using them a lot. They're each about halfway gone. I know I've told you before, I have like 3 or 4 of them right now. Let's see. Yep, I think I have these 3, but I can't stop reaching for them. And I'm normally not like a super big, especially a clear lip gloss kind of gal, but this looks so pretty over the liner from Pat McGrath. It looks fantastic. This shade is Shimmerine. I do especially love this shade. This is not as intimidating as it looks because it's just a sheer kind of berry wash. This one's called Jammy. Love these. I think they're fantastic. I feel like these are totally worth it. They are drugstore price or $7 or $8. So if you happen to be making a purchase from Beauty Pie, skincare, makeup, whatever it is, you know, candles, hair products, just toss one in your cart and see if you like it. They've got a lot of different shades, but my favorite thing about them is not only are they glossy, they are hydrating. And it seems weird, you think that all glosses would be hydrating. Not true. On top of that, my biggest pet peeve with gloss is that because it can sometimes be thick, it kind of sinks down into the corners, outside corners of my lips, and then it starts to string and pull. This never does it. So it keeps my lips feeling moisturized. It keeps them looking shiny and glossy. It doesn't feather outside of my lip line, and it doesn't do that stringy, gooey situation that I cannot abide. And I don't know that I like any other gloss more than this, even the one from Fenty, which is a really great gloss, but this is less expensive. So my heart belongs to Beauty Pie Wonder Gloss Collagen Lip Oil. I've rediscovered this. I love this. This is the e.l.f. Sheer Slick Lipstick in Black Cherry. It's a dead-on dupe for the Clinique Black Honey. And I didn't realize this, but apparently Black Honey has been blowing up on TikTok like, oh my goodness, it's so good, you need to know about this. And I'm like, how is it possible? I read at one point that it was actually sold out, you couldn't get it anywhere, and I was like, that's so funny. I've been wearing this lipstick for decades. But if you don't want to spend the, you know, high teens, low 20s, I don't know what they're going for right now, this is a dead-on dupe. It wears the same, it's the same color. It's $5 and I love it. It is literally, let's see if I can find the other one. Here's Black Honey. This is Black Honey. This is Black Cherry. This is Clinique. This is e.l.f. Like, that's how similar they are. Last thing I wanted to share with you is this lipstick from Milani. This is their Fetish Matte Lipstick. This is the shade Secret. It's what I'm wearing on my lips today. And this feels like a high-end matte lipstick. I even think that the packaging is so pretty, like everything about it, and each shade comes in its own separate color, like the outer packaging changes based on the shade of the lipstick itself. So this right here is the Fetish Matte Lipstick. This is the liner from Pat McGrath. They go really well together, but I will tell you what I've been so impressed about this is that one swipe, you get full color. I love that about that. Normally I would expect that in like a berry toned, in a red, and maybe like a corally orange. But in this kind of lighter nude shade, you still do get full opacity in one swipe. The other thing that I think is so fantastic about these is that I can wear this for a solid 4 or 5 hours and my lips don't start to get dry. Some matte drugstore lipsticks can leave my lips feeling dry. This does not travel outside of my lip line. This does not make my lips dry and flaky and craggly and disgusting. I really think it's a great formula. I was like, I need more. I was like, no, 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 no. Too many lipsticks. You don't need more. Enjoy the one you have. I think there are 7 or 8 shades. There's not a ton of them. but they're mostly nude shades. So if you like nudes, they have kind of brown nudes, kind of peachy nudes, kind of, this is more of the pinky nude. I really like it, and I feel like it wears and it feels like a luxury matte lipstick. And for a drugstore price, super impressed. This has nothing to do with beauty, but it's one of my favorite things for September. I have been loving crochet. I mentioned a while ago that I picked it up last August when everybody was making bread during the beginning of the pandemic, or they were canning, or like all the things that people kind of started doing. I picked up a hobby that my grandmother introduced me to when I was 5, but I really didn't do much with, and I love crochet so very, very much. So I have made a lot of garments, blankets. I just finished making a sweater for one of my girls. They each have had a sweater this month from me. So I decided it was time to give myself a break from making garments and start working on a blankie, and it's gonna be really big. It's gonna it's pretty massive. It's gonna go on the couch. So this is a special diamond pattern, and I love. I have to pay careful attention because if you don't get the repeating pattern just right, it all gets off by one stitch, and pretty soon it just looks like a bunch of weird nubs in the wrong place. But I have really been loving crochet, like addicted loving crochet. So much so that I have had my husband tell me that I can't buy any more yarn until I use all the yarn in my yarn stash. And my yarn stash is shameful. If you've been watching me declutter makeup, I have the same problem with yarn, and I've only been doing it for a year. Anyway, so I thought I would show you my current crochet project, which I love so very much. I would love to know what your favorite thing for September was. It doesn't have to be beauty, obviously. Let me know if you have a favorite coffee concoction, if you have been enjoying spending time with family and friends, an activity that you truly, truly enjoy. If there's a beauty product, of course, put it in there, or let me know what you've been doing that's been giving you that, just that little extra dose of fall self-care, because we all need a little bit of that. Thanks for watching. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.